Hey everyone who is here
What's
live
up?
watching us. I don't know who was all still woke, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in with us today. So I want everybody's I'll start with myself. I guess I'll do that. I'm Kelly King, the Detroit Atheist Queen. I'm doing to you, beautiful green.
Hmm. I'm Lilith from Lilith Alterates.
And I'm Seth of Ambushed Apostate. Am I muted?
And
I may.
I'm Jezebel
No.
at
Oh no.
and I'm
We lost you.
Jezebel. My name is am I here?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
here.
you're good.
Oh, okay. And I'm Jezebel, also at Feral Atheist. So hello everybody.
There's the
Hello.
chat.
Okay. So I'm gonna go around and just tell people briefly, starting with, I guess we'll start with Jazz first. Tell everybody what all you did on the wonderful days, holiday.
What'd you do, Jess?
Yeah, what you do? Starting with
Spoke.
you.
You said Jez. I thought you were talking about just with me. Okay,
Jazz.
so when I woke up this
Jezebel.
morning, I didn't do much. Okay, so I the children opened gifts, the grandbabies, and my grandson looked at me and he's 5 and he was wanting to know why I didn't have any gifts, and I said, "Well, I'm not sure. You should share your gifts with me." And he said, "I know why, because you were a bad gam all year."
Oh
So
no,
that's how I
really?
started my morning, is being informed by a 5-year-old my moral
And you
consciousness of exactly where I stood
so
in his
you was
worldview. And yeah, I was like,
the bad gam
son, if you
gam.
only knew how true you say you were talking, you are absolutely probably right on point. But anyways, the rest of the day I watched really good movies and then fell asleep at about 3 and woke up at about 10:30. Went on lives with friends and did my own live, and then I was here
I'm
today.
so glad you decided to join me again today. Me a little today.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'll go with you next.
I will
Seth?
always join my friend Kelly.
What'd you do, Seth?
Oh, is it me? I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I've got a
Yeah,
delay. I apologize. I actually worked all day. It was a normal day for me. I do my Christmas with the kiddos tomorrow, so it was a pretty boring day for me, same as the rest of them.
well,
But
I guess you got to give us a back
tomorrow's gonna
check
be
for
great.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a good day tomorrow. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I was up all night. I did this until 4. I did Java and Jugs at 8, and about the last 30 minutes of Java and Jugs, I just completely crashed out. I'm just like, I cannot. Yeah, like I'm done after this. Um, I went to sleep for a few hours, slept completely through lunch. Nobody bothered to wake me up. So, whatever. And now I'm here. So, I just kind of hung out all day. We did our Christmas stuff
So,
yesterday.
so I will briefly tell you what I did, everybody. Well, first, like me and Leah was on, I'm Eastern Standard, so it's 5 in the morning for me when I finished. Then we did Java and Jugs. And I happened to went through the whole thing of Hot Topics. How did I do that? I did not get on, but I was in a side chat.
It's
So I
crazy.
dozed off a little bit with Joe's. But by the time that Hell's Bells, and Fire Hers came on, I had to be up. Got to get ready for the Michigan Atheist event. I went there, hung out with them, went to my mom's house, hung out with my everybody there, and got home maybe like midnight or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here now. That was my day. I had a lot of fun. Anytime being away from work is fun to me, though. Even if I'm just laying
Mm-hmm.
around,
How
whatever.
was the event?
But yeah. Oh, it was nice. It was a Chinese buffet, so we had sushi and stuff like that.
Ooh. Yes,
and
please.
Nice.
yeah, it was. Though I will say this, Jazz, if she's still here, one of the ladies was like extremely feminist, and her and Anthony were kind of clashing. That was kind of funny. I think she's gone though. Maybe she'll come
Oh
back.
no.
But yeah, Anthony, the president, and one of the ladies who kind of the newer one, they were kind of clashing with some of the comments that she was saying and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
she was being like a using a broad statement, like all men are dogs. I said no, most. There's a few that aren't. And then another
Yeah.
guy was like, yeah, company included. I'm not trashy. But that was kind of
Hmm.
crazy though. Like, why would you even think something like that? You know?
Yeah, like very broad generalizations, unless you caveat it beforehand, are usually not correct. So,
Right. It's hard to get out of those too when you've
yeah.
used them your whole life and it's you haven't really thought about what you're actually saying. Yeah, it's a hard habit to
Hmm.
break at first. At least for me, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
it,
to.
it really is. So, but
Yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't even hungry when I went to my mom's house, and normally I would eat up a storm over there. But she made a lot of food. She made a brisket. She smoked a brisket, smoked salmon, smoked a turkey, then all the sides, and then we had breakfast. They had breakfast in the morning, but I kind of stayed home to get some little sleep. So as soon
I
as
don't know
this
yeah.
how
is
y'all are
over, I
doing it.
might stop by.
I'm not sure how Purple's
Soon
still
as
alive, if I'm being honest.
I don't know
It's
either,
wild.
but then
I
it's
mean, I've
I
had,
might stop at Purple Stream. I'm
yeah,
going to bed after that because I got to go to work like
yeah.
11 in the morning.
I've had like, so I've had massive insomnia for like 30 years at this point. So I can stay up for days at a time. It's not necessarily by choice, though. So I can't
Right.
necessarily plan it. And it sucks because, like, 2 or 3 days in, you can tell I'm utterly exhausted. I am just not here mentally, but I cannot sleep. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I've had some experience in that too,
Yeah,
and it's terrible.
yeah. I don't wish it on anybody. It
yeah,
sucks so
Mm-mm.
bad.
yeah. I know. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I now I'm open about. It. I don't really care now. People know, but I'm bipolar. So sometimes when I go through my manic depressive time, I'm two, so I don't have this extreme mania some people have. But I
Hmm.
still notice that when I'm like not sleeping for hours, days and days, I'm like, oh, I'm going for an episode,
Yeah.
It's tough
and it's
times.
crazy. But at least now
Hmm.
I know something time was wrong with me, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're pushing it, and I don't really go for any like um resolutions or anything. But is there any short term goals that you guys have? Somebody with Jazz's computer or something like that.
Uh,
Whoever wants to speak
I'm
first. That's a short term goal that you want to accomplish.
I've been trying my damnedest to save up for a tiny house here. There's several communities around here that accept those, and oh my god, I would love to be on my own again. I hate this. I absolutely hate having to live with family, which I mean, like I said, we own our house, so that's a good thing, but I miss being on my own. So
Oh yeah, I
hopefully that'll happen
understand.
sometime this year.
Yeah, the good thing about the tiny homes is they're like super affordable now, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
people you do videos on it
and
and
I
you
don't
do a
need
lot
a
of it
lot of
yourself. It
space.
really depends on what you want to do, but I think it's a
Yeah,
really
and
cool idea.
yeah, and I really don't need a lot of space. Like literally, as long as I have a place to sleep and a place for my craft room, I'm happy. So
I've
I
also
wouldn't
seen
either.
people doing storage containers recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
those
storage containers,
shipping
and then
units. Yeah, them
yeah,
shipping
because
units.
they're
Yeah.
like $8,000 to $10,000, and it's 40
Yeah.
feet long, so it's plenty of space for people, that need a smaller, like tiny home kind of vibe. So yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of cool options.
And the thing is like I was looking at what are the costs to Kip. My dog's whining. I was looking at what are the options to be able to like move it, and actually moving it is nowhere near as expensive as I thought. So it wouldn't
Mhm.
be that like it would take some saving up, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal to move it 1,000 miles if I wanted to. So
Right. Yeah, and you can
yeah.
get companies to build them if you don't want to do it yourself. Tell them exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you want and sort of design it, send it off, and yeah, like a prefab
Yeah.
type thing. But yeah, good point about the utilities. I mean, you still have to find somewhere like
Yeah.
that, but there's also solar options for power. Um,
Yeah.
if you have a small plot of land, you can do a septic system. There are ways
Yeah.
to get around even that, if that's ultimately your
Yeah.
goal is to sort of get off the grid too. I don't know, how you just want to downsize, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. I just want to. So
Nice.
I have so many student loans and so much medical debt that like I never getting out from under it. I have accepted that at this point, but because of that, it's going to be incredibly hard for me to get a home loan on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, I don't like renting because I don't want to be throwing money into a rental situation where I'm not going to get anything out of it in the end, especially if I'm paying like
Exactly.
over $1,000 a month. And
Huh.
I don't need a whole lot of space, and I'm happy kind of being on my own. So I'm like, you know what? I can just do a tiny house and like pay the same that I would with rent on having to build it and all that stuff, and
Hold on. I want
Right.
to see if that's
I'll have my own
you.
place.
Hold on. Somebody's microphone or something is off. Everybody say something.
I'm
Check
here.
1 2. Hello, I'm getting audio on my end.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
Do y'all hear
train.
that noise in the background?
It's a train.
Oh, it's a train. Okay. I'm looking crazy. What is that noise? I was like, oh
That's
no, it
me.
sounds
I'm outside.
crazy.
I apologize. I'm muting.
Oh no, you're fine. I just want to. What the hell was going on? Okay, choo choo. Yeah, I
Yeah, we
remember
have trains
my
north of us, not
granny.
near them all the time.
I'm glad we don't have it. Like we have train, but it's not nearby, and but it goes through behind my job. But it's
Mm-hmm.
maybe a couple miles from me. We don't hear. But my granny stayed like a train track was at the end of her block, so we used to have to do train all day long.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I've got some half a mile to 3/4 of a mile north of me. And oh my god, they are so loud. They come through in the freaking middle of the night. I don't know how anybody closer than them sleeps through the night because they're so loud even here. But the funny thing is, where I live, if the wind's blowing the right direction and like everything's quiet outside, there's a sale barn about half a mile from me. You can hear the cows.
Oh
You go be
wow.
outside at 3 a.m. and hear the cows mooing. It's like the weirdest thing because I'm in the middle of a neighborhood. So it's like, where the hell are the cows? And we've had cows get out in our neighborhood, like walking around before.
Hold on. I remember my aunt. Um, well, one of my great aunt lived near Hale, Michigan. So
Hmm.
she lived at a farm and everything like that. Then my aunt stayed in Grand Ledge, Michigan, and so she didn't have a farm, but there was a lot of farmland around her,
Yeah.
and that was so.
Yeah.
You would see the cow. People walking their cows and stuff. These cows on the street. You had to like stop. It
Hmm.
was like crazy. And then when they fertilize, you can smell like the manure. That's what they use to fertilize. So it smells like
Yeah,
manure.
you can if the wind's
Yeah.
right and it's hot enough outside, then
You can smell it. Yeah. I was
yeah.
like, oh.
It's the one bad thing about this neighborhood. Like I'm eternally grateful to my grandmother because when she moved out here, this was one of the nicer neighborhoods. It's still a fairly nice neighborhood. It's not the nicest anymore, but it was when she moved here. So, but now, like all the people who had, a lot of the people who had bought homes here were like retiring and all that. They've all passed away. Their children either took over the house and they're starting to sell it or pass away. And so there's a bunch of younger families that are moving in, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, mm-hmm.
I
But,
said if she has her phone, got to use her phone or something like that.
mm-hmm.
I know exactly how I feel when you have your equipment not working properly. It's irritating,
Yeah,
especially when you want to
yeah.
be on something.
Yesterday before my stream, my computer kept acting up all day. My camera was acting up. I was just like, finally, after I got off the stream yesterday, I was like, screw this. I'm getting a new camera. Like, I'm done dealing with this because I've got two cameras. My second one that I was going to use decided not to work on me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a new one.
So I guess I'll
uh,
go with you, Seth. What's your short-term
Yeah,
goal or accomplish that you want to work on?
the train is mostly gone. Again, I
Okay.
apologize.
Oh no,
oh,
Um,
it's
not
fine.
you.
It happened.
What can you do? Wasn't your fault.
so
You made the
so
train come exactly now. That's
no,
your fault.
I wish I had a place that was more, suitable for this, and that's really my short term goals. I've got to get my own place before the summer because I'm tired of the way things have been. The past few years have been rough. I haven't had a lot of stability, so I'm like really determined to get something when my kids are out of school, so I can spend actual time with them this summer. But it also is somewhere for stable content, and I think having that outlet back is going to be helpful for me just in general because I get out a lot of doing. I get a lot out of it, and then I know other people that I'm talking to are getting stuff out of it, so it feeds me in a healthy way. And getting that back, I think, is going to be big. So for me, honestly, I'm tired. It's been a long year, but like my short term goals are just to get back on my feet, like in a good place by this time next year, just sort of like across the board. Um, and a lot more of my, I guess, my backstory on my channel will have been told by then to kind of fill in some of the blanks. But it was the classic, like normal, you know, middle aged white guy, former cop, 5 kids, stay at home wife, little life, and then down to nothing and back up again. So we'll get into all that. But yeah, that's my short term, I guess, my next 12 months in a nutshell. So I'm excited. I'm just exhausted.
I'm excited for you. You've been through a
Let's
lot
go.
this year, and I'm glad things are finally looking up. Let's uh let's go. Well, for
Let's do it.
me, hey, Jazz is not here.
I know.
Well, she's here, but she's not here. She's here in spirit.
I'll throw one more thing out there that is a must this year, and
Sure.
a couple different events, that the community is going to be involved in, attending those in person, and meeting some people. Like, you know, well, I could name the list is too long, but you and I met Kelly in July at the Arc, which was
Yeah.
really cool. But now seeing you again in person after just the crazy year this has been is important to me. Like that is a big goal for me. So I've started setting back just a little money. That way, when once we get there, I've got the funds. It's not going to cost me anything. I've already got the days put in. So that to me is a big event that I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to. So a lot of cool connections and stuff this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. It was kind of funny how 6 months changed things for me.
Yeah.
And we're
One
pushing
hundred
like black
percent.
non-believer. We're black non-believers will be. So backtrack. Um, a lot of people when they mention uh, this is some of the hardest times for people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in our Java and Jux chat, and I was like, I'm a little depressed right now. I'm going through something right now. December 23rd was one of the hardest days of my life because I had nothing. House caught on fire. Their father fought to get them because even though I should have been doing better, I didn't have a good enough job to get in my own place. Me and my mom had problems, so I went on the street and I lost my children and didn't really talk to my family. So I tried to commit suicide. So about 15 years ago, I spent Christmas in a mental hospital from committing suicide. So I'm so glad that Purple has decided to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I
Community
don't
makes a
defer
difference.
anybody off, but I want to say that I am somebody who understands and who has experienced being alone on a holiday and not having anybody to be there for them. So I thank
Yeah.
you, Purple, for you
Yeah,
helping out.
I second
Yeah.
I was
that.
very appreciative.
Same here.
I
Yeah.
second that.
I mean, this year's been, especially the last like 6 months of this year, has been just like absolutely crazy because I've lurked in this community for a really long time. And finally, I'm just like, okay, I'm getting involved. And I did. And here I am. So, and I was not expecting, when I, even before I started doing content, I was already invited to, like the week before, I was invited to Java and Jugs, and it like the group of ladies that does Java and Jugs and the people
Yeah,
that
they're
I've met doing
amazing.
this, yeah, they're like they are hands down the best thing that has happened to me this year, and the best thing that's happened to me in a few years. Because, like I've said, I've had a really rough go of it. Few years ago, so I got married in 2020. To a guy that I've known for several years. Um, and he was running for office. He ran for office again in 2022. Lost, and I don't know exactly what went through his head, but in about a 2 week period, everything just flipped around. He got, and it's no secret, like I'm on the left. I am a leftist hands down, but he went like so far left. It's like, okay, you're getting into like insanity territory at this point. Like he was buying some of the really far leftist like bullshit that's out there. And I'm just like, how are you buying this when like facts don't bear it out? Um, Come to find out, he lied to me about being atheist, which I'm not okay with. In my personal life, with my friends and family and stuff, I don't care if they're religious, but my partner is a different story. Like they need to be on the same wavelength as I am with
I
that. Like
totally agree.
that
Yeah.
the two things that they absolutely have to agree with me on is they have to agree with me about religion and they have to agree with me about politics. Otherwise, it ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen. We're not getting along.
I've,
um,
I know
Incompatible.
some people that they make it work. Some
yeah,
people like Steve Takaitis, him and his wife make it work, but in most cases, that's not the case.
yeah, and I mean because like politics, and I can understand people who are not. I don't get mad at people who aren't political because I understand they are. A lot of people, especially like my family, they are just trying to make it through the day. They don't have the bandwidth to deal with
Right.
politics like I do. The reason I do is because it's my job. That's like I am neck deep in politics all the time. I constantly have to anticipate what stories my boss is going to do. So I've got to keep an eye on it. And I've been
Most of the
following it.
time, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following it since for probably 20 years. I've been following it since like Bush was elected. Um so
And you
anyway,
should keep track of it and everything,
yeah,
but
people need to keep I
yeah.
think people need to keep track of it. I think we do absolutely need an informed electorate, or what's happened the last few years or what we get. But I understand people who are not in the nitty gritty of it every single day. Like I know exactly. I know every scandal that's going on. I know everything the White House is putting out, whether or not it's on the news. Like, I've seen it somewhere, so I am aware of what's going on. To the point that people I know in my life will be like, okay, what's going on? Because I don't get this. It's like, okay, this is what's going on with, X, Y, and Z. Like, I had someone asked me what's going on with the Garcia case, Armando Ortega Garcia case. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on with it. They're like, how do you know that? I'm like, because I'm neck deep in this stuff and have to be. But if they're not, if my partner is not on the same wavelength with me as that, it's no. Like, that's just a hard no. So it was kind of a situation that I came down here for the weekend. I went back up there. I was there for 3 days, and my mom and her cousin drove up there. We got a U-Haul, moved all my shit out in like 6 hours, and left. And I haven't been back. I've seen him once since then. And this was 2003, and it's just like for about a year there, it was. Not everybody in my house wanted me here. They still don't want me here, but I'm past the point of giving a damn right now. But it was just like for a couple of years, that was hard to try and live in that environment where half of the house doesn't want you around. And now I'm past the point of giving a damn. I don't care. Tough shit. I'm not going anywhere.
I understand that. Yeah. But I'm in a situation where there's not really enough room. Like it is, but it's not. Because that's how I put my stuff anywhere besides the room I'm in. It's like, put your stuff up. It's my daughter's house. She's doing it.
Yeah.
But I moved here to help her out, to help me out too. Because rent is crazy now. So we can both share this rent and split this rent. It'll be comfortable for both of us. But I'm about to try to find me a 1-bedroom apartment and call it a day. Because whatever. But then she got a car note and stuff. So she really needs me really. But she'll figure it out. But so some things. January is Black Non-Believers 15th anniversary on the 21st. It's also my birthday. I'll be 51. But
happy birthday!
Let's go.
Well, we're gonna be on the stream. We're gonna celebrate that too.
We gonna stream.
January 15th was when I started the inauguration of the new and improved Black Non-Believers of Detroit. So that's coming up too, 3-year anniversary for that and things like that. So that's some of the goals I want to do is to see what I can do to better the organization, to better Michigan ACES that I'm working with. That's my community thing, to better my channel, which Seth is kind of the one to push me to have my channel. I don't think I would have one. We gonna get to 50 subscribers.
You think the only reason I can't take all the credit
I don't
for this.
No, but
You've done great.
Well, I can't really say the only reason, but I don't think I would have done it. Like I was happy just being on Java and Jugs.
Yeah,
but it's cool, But trying to find somebody the guest and some guest, and I know I'm wrong, but some guests have canceled.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't think you wanted to be on my show anyway. You just told me that instead of just waiting until a couple days before, a couple hours before the event for my show to tell me you can't be on.
Yeah.
That kind of irritating for me.
But then she talks to me about it, and I say, or something came up genuinely, and it's nothing personal. It's not an attack on you. They want to talk to you, and they will reschedule because it's not that they don't want to be on your show.
Yeah.
And then have we not had those conversations, Kelly? Because you're too hard on yourself. Like they want to. Who doesn't want to talk to Kelly? I cannot wait. But I'm actually talking to you now.
I don't think that it's even me. Yeah, I don't think that it's even me in a sense. Is that they wanted to be nice, but the back of the mind is like, we really don't want to do this show.
No,
I got to get out. Like I've done that myself. I'll say I'm doing something. I really don't want to do that certain thing. Yeah, I'm introverted. I don't want to be on the camera. and I make an excuse why I can't do it.
Like
So yeah,
Kelly,
that's my
Kelly knows
sentiment.
this. If I'm not on Ember Show or if I'm not on Java and Jugs, like either I am feeling horrific, I have something that I can't avoid, or I'm like I'm so tired I can't deal with crap right now.
Right.
But it's like I'm there any other time because it's one of those things with me. If I commit to something, I'm going to commit to it. The only time I'm canceling is if I cannot possibly avoid it or I have health issues that come up because I get chronic migraines. So if I have a
Yeah,
chronic migraine,
she be out for a week
sitting
sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
sitting on camera is just not I can't do it when I have a raging migraine going on. But
Yeah, it's totally fair. Yeah.
yeah, I've had to tell her too before. I'm like, look, they're not
But
canceling because they don't want to be on your show.
it's I want to believe, and I know life's messy, and not everybody's perfect, and people have
Yeah.
things they struggle with. But at the end of the day, I think we have a pretty open and honest community. Like, if you
Yeah.
agree to do a show and say something happens, and
Hmm.
it's for whatever reason it doesn't happen, there's still some communication and some, like, you know
Yeah.
mutual respect, I would think, in most
Oh
cases.
yeah.
So I still land on the side of she's being too hard on herself, but I'm her friend and I care about her.
Yeah.
That's why I tell her that, because
I
she's
And
do.
more
I'm my
it,
awesome
worst
than she
enemy.
thinks.
I'm my worst critic.
You are.
I'll
It's
be
okay
honest
though.
about that.
I'm
I'm my
mine
worst
too.
critic. Yeah, I
I
do.
hmm
get it. I get it.
But no, I don't really think they're about. It's about me. I just think it's just like I don't want to do this.
yeah. I mean,
But
uh even with being self-critical, because like one thing with me is I've got this video that is half done that I have been meaning to get out for like the last 6 weeks. But between migraines, insomnia, my ADHD, and trying to reorganize my office, like, because I keep thinking, I'm like, if I reorganize my office, I'll have more room to do this. And so I keep saying, like, okay, well, I'll reorganize my office tomorrow. But the thing is it's got to be somewhat nice outside because I've got to move some furniture out for like a couple hours while I'm rearranging stuff. And the weather sucks every time that I actually feel okay to do stuff. And so it's like, yeah, finally I'm like, look, the YouTube thing, even though I absolutely love doing it, it's not my job. It's something I do for fun. So I'm not necessarily, I don't absolutely have to put something out every single day like my boss does. But
yeah,
at the same time, it's like I still have people who watch me and who like my videos, so I want to get them a video out. It's just health stuff and
your
mental stuff comes into play.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yours is a lot of more technical. You actually are doing stuff. You're crafting things and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm interviewing somebody. I want to do more things, but I want to get the equipment so I can better do other things and do more
Yeah.
like reviews and stuff like that. And I started a segment called the Queen Rants, and I will be
Oh yeah.
more of a more editorial thing about a certain topic that's on my mind, but I still want to have it more professionalish. So we'll
Yeah.
work on that. But I have my assistant over there that's gonna help me sometimes.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna
Hint,
help
hint,
you. You gonna
hint,
film that,
hint,
and
hint,
we're gonna
hint,
see what we
hint,
can
hint,
do.
hint,
We're gonna see what we can do.
hint, 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 hint.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
willing to
And,
help out.
yeah. Oh yeah, you have. Yeah, she,
and by the
the
way,
beautiful,
who made the
the beautiful
intro?
lady, Jess,
Jess.
my beautiful Jess.
I hadn't seen it. You told me a couple days ago about it, about getting the pictures and stuff. I had not
Yeah,
seen the
that was
final
Jess.
product
Yeah,
till we were going live. That is amazing. Shout out to Jess for that.
yeah,
Great
she.
job.
Most of those images of me are AI, and some of Kelly are. You can tell we're wearing the same outfit.
That's our Jess.
Kelly.
So if you haven't
So you,
subscribed,
yeah, you did.
this is an old photo, her old thing, but she's like a 1,030 now. So subscribe to her if you haven't. That's our beautiful Jess.
She's awesome.
Oh,
Hmm.
I do
I love Jess. She's great.
She
that.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to stay
yeah,
with her
Oh,
in
nice.
Kentucky, and the whole weekend. Yeah, she is great. She brought her partner James came with her. It was a great time. and she's been a great friend since then. It was a really that whole weekend was a real bonding moment. But yeah, she's a good friend.
Yeah.
Definitely support her.
He's also here. Names our birthday are also a day apart.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna hang with them on my birthday. Or around my birthday, I should say,
In
not on my
person.
birthday. In
Yeah,
person, yes.
we
Aren't
need
you aren't you
pictures.
jealous?
I am
Yes.
very, very jealous. Yeah, we need to be seeing pictures on the community tab, Kelly,
Yes.
for sure.
I am so bad about taking pictures. I'm so bad about it.
Yeah. I
Like
take pictures all the time.
I didn't take anywhere near as many of my kids growing up as I should have. I have almost none of me from the last 10 years. Like, I've got maybe, I think Kelly, everything I've had for like the last 15 years. So, yeah.
Yeah. But it's it and many times in this community when people walk away from religion, they lose their family, they lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great that we're able to come together to join a family. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is.
hello,
Purple means,
Purple. How
Purple,
are
yes.
you?
what's up?
Yeah, so it's glad we have this
Hello.
community and little things like that. It's very important
Mm-hmm.
so we
Yeah.
can have community and things like that.
Purple, you are almost done. Almost. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna try to stay on for yours.
It's one thing I've learned in the last 24 hours. And I've also learned, like, I guess over the last like 6 weeks or so with me having health stuff. Like, if I feel just absolutely horrible, I have been told by many, many people, do not feel obligated to come on. You don't have to if you feel terrible. And it's just like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I've kind of learned that I need to make sure I take care of myself first, and then
Oh,
I can take care of everything else.
definitely.
So,
Oh yeah.
mhm.
That's definitely. Hey, Red and Sith, I didn't know you were here. Thank you for staying up with the cool
Mhm.
folks.
What's up?
The cool side of the pillow. It's the cool side of the atheism.
Oh, oh my God, no. You just mentioned the cool side of the pillow. One thing I did get for Christmas, I got it several days ago. My mom gave me a really nice, like, sleeping cooling pillow because I am so hot natured that, like, it's. I have a really hard time sleeping at night, especially in the summer, just because it's so hot. But I also have this weird quirk that I can't sleep without like a blanket or a sheet or something over me. I have to have something. So she got me a couple cooling blankets or a couple cooling pillows and a cooling blanket so I can use it to sleep whenever I get too hot. And they are so nice. They are
Yeah,
so
I'm
nice
the
and they're
same way.
fluffy.
It's amazing.
It doesn't matter
Hmm.
how hot it is, I have to have something over me.
Hmm.
Same.
Yeah.
And I have to have airflow. Like, I've got to have a fan or something going. I got to have some airflow.
Yeah. Well, I can't have a fan blowing directly on me, but I need to
Hmm.
have a fan on in the room so at least the air's moving around.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Especially with 3 dogs that, like, so I treat my dogs like family.
Uh-huh.
And
They
because of
are.
that,
They
They
are.
are
yeah,
family. Come on now.
yeah. But because of that, they are completely, I'm utterly convinced that they are convinced that I am a dog too. And so we all have this pack. And so whenever I go down to sleep, all 3 of them, I have a twin size bed because I don't need like a huge bed and I don't move
Uh-huh.
that much at night. All 3 of them, and like I said, Kip is gigantic, will jump up there and cuddle up somewhere, and inevitably I will wake up at 4 a.m. and not be able to move because they're the way they're sleeping around me, and they're all little heaters. Hi, Kip. So yeah, it's just
It's just sugar time. I had 3 pit bulls, so I understand.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, what are you
Yeah.
doing? So what I
Yeah.
used to do with the but anyway, they're gone. But anyway, so it was a puppy. They was running around, and I'm like, wait, this like a baby. It's toddlers. So I got the old blanket, wrapped them on, and rocked to sleep. So when they got older, they would pull the blanket with their mouth to me for me to do that when they got older. So I would just have to rock them. It was a 10-year-old pit bull wanted me to still rock them.
Yeah. Well, I'm down
Oh
to
my
only
god.
2 cats
Yeah.
now, but pretty much every night that they're both sleeping on my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kip likes sleep on my feet. Pixie is usually up here somewhere, and Daisy likes just like sleeping across my middle. So, like I said, I live in Texas in the middle of the summer. No, no,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
nice.
good.
It is nice and
We
and it
actually
seems
we
funny
had
that they gravitate to
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we actually had a period where it was like over 100 for like 24 hours. Like it was hovering around like
Ooh,
the high was like 108 for like a week straight. It was absurd.
that's
It's
crazy.
so
Yeah,
hot
well,
that like in the middle of the day you're just like no, I'm not going out.
yeah. Minnesota, we get both extremes. At the end of
Mhm.
July,
Oh, you're in Minnesota. Okay.
we'll have about a week that every day will top over 100.
Yeah, we'll literally have like 2 or 3 months that it is
Yeah.
over 100 for the high, and the low doesn't drop below like 85. So it's just constantly hot.
Yeah.
Like I like the winters down here because they're really mild. Like I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm perfectly comfortable.
Well, we're
Um,
just coming into our coldest period here, and
yeah,
I always
Yeah.
tell
yeah.
people that in January, any number that doesn't have a minus in front of it's a heat wave.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
may go the whole month of January without getting above zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, we have
I don't even mind it being cold. Like fall weather is my favorite weather.
Yeah, you
I
just
don't
put on
like
another blanket and another cat.
yeah, you're fine. But when it's like snowing and icy, that's when I don't like it. People don't know how to drive. You gotta
Yeah,
shovel it. I don't like all that stuff. But if it's
that's one of the few.
cold,
Sorry.
but if it's cold, maybe
Yeah,
just put a coat on or something.
it's one of the
Everything else
few
they
hurts.
advantages of
yeah.
renting is that I don't have to shovel the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a fantastic winter jacket that I bought years ago from a organization that I love. So I wear that because it was actually like meant to be worn in like the oceans around Antarctica.
Ah,
And it's nice because it's got a liner in it that you can take out. So I usually have the liner out most of the time.
yeah.
Love that jacket, but with the liner in, it worked great in Indiana. And then once I moved down here, I wear that jacket maybe 7 times a year, tops. We might get snow and ice twice, and that's it. But like, that's always like end of January, early February, and then it's back up to ridiculous temperatures. Like it's gotten so much hotter here, even like in the last 10 years. It's just we're just now into fall. Like we just had the leaves fall off the tree last week. So
Yeah,
climate
I've
change is
I've got a
real,
good
y'all.
winter coat. What?
What'd you
Climate
say?
change is real, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a good winter coat. I should probably get out of the closet one of these days. I've
Yeah, I
gotten
gotta
this
see.
far with just just a fleece lined hoodie.
Yeah.
hmm
But yeah, like you
That's
say, that
usually what I
the climate here. I mean, I had moved away from Minnesota for 10 years, and I've been back here almost 6 years now. But the the winters we've been having, all the last 5 winters,
hmm
have been just way milder than they should have been.
Yeah.
And
oh,
you can pull up the records, and I can show you that we've been like a foot less snowfall every winter than the 30-year averages.
hmm
wow. I
We're just not
remember.
getting nearly as much snow as we used to.
Do you also look at the Farmer's Almanac? They used to have like averages and stuff in there and different predictions and things.
Yep.
I haven't looked at that in years. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
my grandma and my mom always had those around.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I remember one year, and I live in, of course, Detroit. It was Queen Detroit, and it was like 75 one Christmas, literally. I don't know what the hell happened, but we was out there like barbecuing. I barbecue anyway for Christmas most times, but I was like, it is nice out here. Me and my grandma we was playing outside, like with no jackets on. And a week later, it got cold again.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of gradually went up to it was like freezing weather, because
Yeah.
like 75. The next week, a couple days later, it was like 50 degrees. It was like 30. And it was 20. It was like below and snowing.
Yeah.
That's shit you sick weather.
It was in the mid 70s today. Felt
Yeah.
great. And by the way,
I
everything, all that cold sounds horrible. I would die in all the stuff y'all were describing. I can't stand it. But now it is 41 and I'm shivering because this is too cold. So you
But
talking about
41
this
is not
single digit
bad
stuff?
though.
No, I would perish. That'd be it. It's a wrap.
41 is cool to me. I like 41.
I'm
I mean,
shivering.
compared to like what it
It's
could be
fucking
here,
freezing out here.
I'll be so happy with 41.
uh,
What's the weather here today?
I can
I
deal
would
with
love
41.
41 weather.
it
I'll be
hasn't
I
honest
can
with
happened the
I,
you.
last
I can
couple of
41 is
years.
nice.
like
41 is
I can
nice.
deal with the yeah, I can deal with the 41s, and I can deal with it being like I can even deal with it being a lot colder, but that's only because like it's so fucking hot here all summer long. Like it's so
Yeah.
hot that you literally cannot go out in the middle of the day, or it's like walking into a furnace. And we have a decent amount of humidity here, so it's not like in the desert where it's dry heat. Like it's humid, it's sticky
Mm-hmm.
and messy.
Muggy.
And then
Yeah.
and then we have tornado season all year round. So
Well,
it's like
that's
you
what we
walk
get here.
outside.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what we
you
get
walk
here,
outside.
because there are lakes everywhere that
Hmm.
when it gets hot, it just gets
Mm-hmm.
incredibly muggy.
Mm.
Yeah,
I can deal
yeah.
with
Yeah.
the heat, but when it gets muggy like that, it just gets uncomfortable to breathe.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you walk outside and there's no wind and it's muggy as hell, you might want to check the forecast because odds are we're getting
Yeah.
thunderstorms later in the day.
But I
And
mean,
there's a decent chance there's
Yep.
tornadoes coming.
my comfort zone is really like the mid 80s. Just
Hmm.
Yeah, that's nice.
the mean temperature on my home plant's about 15 degrees warmer than it is here.
Hmm. Yeah, personally, I like very high 60s, low 70s. Like, I keep my AC going. I've had my AC going pretty much constantly, except for
Yeah.
maybe 2 days earlier this year when we had a cold snap that dropped to like freezing. But
Yeah.
that's
I
about
run
it.
my air
I'll be.
conditioner just to cut the humidity, but
Hmm.
not really to cool it down. Because
Yeah, I don't
I
really
can
Yeah,
like the
deal
air
with
Yeah.
conditioner too much. I
with
rather have
85
fans on and the
degrees as long
windows
as we can
open.
keep the humidity down.
hmm
Yeah,
Right.
I don't really like air conditioning. Like I'll use it, and you get in the house, you get freezing cold. You gotta put clothes on, and I'm like, dang, you got to go outside to warm up because you get so cold. Being that's why I'm like, I really don't like just give me some
yeah.
fans
I'm the
and the
exact
open
opposite.
window,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Like
good. I
I've
don't
got
like
to
being
have
too cold.
AC.
Oh, I like.
I can deal without heat because I've got a great heater for my office. I don't necessarily need the central heating from the house. And then, like I said, at night I've got 3 dogs and they are little heaters as is.
Yeah,
So, well,
I
big
like being
heaters.
comfortable. They're cute
Yeah.
though.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
it keeps
about
friendly
Minnesota is you
out.
have to be able to just, reacclimate to the climate swings every season.
Hmm.
But, as long as it comes on gradually, it's not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's all yeah, it's really it's warm. It's warm here right now.
That's nice though.
um
Enough about weather.
I,
Yeah, Andre was saying
I'm
about
sick.
humid heat can be dangerous, and that was the problem that Sloth Girl had because she had MS. So the heat could really make
Mhm.
your system spike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I asked
See.
everybody else. I guess I'll ask you, Purple. What are your short-term goals that you're trying to see happen for the new year? Not really resolution, because I don't like that term and things like that. But what are some things that you're looking forward to accomplishing in in the near future?
Um, I don't know. Staying alive is fairly high on my list.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if I blow that one, none of the other ones seem to really matter much.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I I
yeah.
still
That's
have
true.
I still have a lot of little remnants that I need to deal with, and you know, the transition is a process. I've
Yeah.
Yeah,
been going at it 3.5 years, but there's still steps of it that aren't complete yet.
yeah. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, for me, I want to try to build, my part of the Black non-believers, what I'm doing and stuff like that, and trying to make a difference and things. So continuing on what I'm doing now
Mm-hmm.
and working on, hopefully eventually, getting me a small little place of my own, things like that. But we'll see with this economy. It is so hard to save and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But so we are. So I'm trying to figure things out, and that's it with that. And I I'm just hold on. I'm trying to read the comments now.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
general stuff. Just looking around my apartment is just piles of half-finished projects everywhere.
Oh
yeah. I
yeah.
procrastinate. I procrastinate so much. It's
Not
crazy.
even. I have. This is actually what clued me in that there's a very. And this was several years ago. That clued me in that I've got a very high likelihood of having ADHD. I have a
Yep.
tendency of starting craft projects, getting 90% of the way done, and then forgetting about them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
I'll
that's
this.
do something. What were
Hmm.
you saying, Purple?
well, that's with me. I mean, I am on the autism scale, and a
Hmm.
problem I have is that I get interested in everything. So it's rare for a project to stay interesting long enough for me to actually complete it before I get distracted by something else.
Yeah, there's a few that I've managed to stick with. But that's part of the reason. Part of the reason why I started my channel is one, there's tons of projects that I want to do, I want to finish, but there's also like a ton of crafty stuff that I've wanted to do, but I've never like. So as far as like crafts go, like knitting, I am the knitting queen. I've been knitting for over 25 years. I can knit anything. I knitted this,
Yep.
so I can knit anything. But there's a lot of stuff like stuff with like polymer clay and a whole bunch of other stuff that I've always wanted to do, but I haven't really been able to do it. And it's one of those things that I didn't want to buy a ton of stuff for it and then find out that like I suck at it and it's just not happening.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why I started my channel is because I wanted to be like, if you want to give this a try, this is the bare minimum of stuff you need. And if you have this stuff, you can try this project and see if you like it, whatever, without having to buy like a ton of crap for it. And somebody
Well,
saying this is exactly what you need.
yeah, I had enough things like that I had stuff bought to try a new craft project or
Mm-hmm.
something. But then now on top of it, I inherited all of Sloth Girl's craft supplies. So now I've got stuff for a whole bunch of other things that it's like I was kind of interested in, but I had never spent the money on. And now I've got the
Yeah.
supplies to try those if I can ever find the time.
Yeah, my mom's
Yeah,
like, "Are you a crafter or a hoarder?" I'm like, "What's the difference if they're craft supplies?"
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I've actually had some craft supplies that I've had for well over a decade that out of nowhere they are suddenly useful and suddenly needed. So it's like I'm really reluctant to get rid of craft stuff.
Actually, my main project now, I've got just a small 1-bedroom apartment. So I was trying to just come up with ways I could have more space to work with.
Yeah.
So actually, this in front of me, I've got. When I moved, the only furniture I brought were my 2 recliners. Everything else I just broke down into flat boards, and I just designed for the space. So for one wall in my living room, I've got a 14-foot storage entertainment system that goes around a corner and has an attached desk.
Nice.
So to make more space, I've decided that this end section of it here, I am going to rebuild, and I'm going to make that into a Murphy bed. So and I can just flip the bed up into the wall, and I don't have to have a bed taking up all the space all day, and I've got a little more space to work on things.
I had an
apartment. That's exactly That's exactly why I downsized from a full to a twin, is because at the time didn't have Kip, so there was more than enough room for me and Daisy and Pixie to jump up here. And then Kip comes along. I knew she was going to be big. I didn't know she was going to be this big.
Because I need space to keep all my items on one side of the bed.
I've got a twin bed. I'm actually designing the Murphy bed to be a queen because I am optimistic that I will one day have a date again.
Oh, I don't. I'm not even.
I'm not even remotely looking for it.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
And between my dogs, my kids, and everything, they're not coming back here. So.
Yeah, well, that's if I can get the place cleaned up, I live alone. And I've got too high a sex drive to think that I'm not going to be looking for the opportunities.
Sure.
So I wanted to have the bed big enough for 2 people to play on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always good to wish. That case, I need a California king. Because I know you be on your side, I'll be on my side. I know. This is my space, this is your space.
I didn't say I was going to have them sleep over here. I just said I want room to play.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe a queen will work for me too. Then.
Yeah.
When I'm done and after I catch my breath, they can get dressed and leave.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, that's how it is with my tiny house, because what I'm working on is designed where it's a king, or where it's a queen size bed on my loft, but like the other side functions as like a table or a work desk or whatever I feel like. Just so I have a little bit of space, and then the living room area. I don't really watch TV. I have YouTube, so why the hell do I need a TV? So having a living room is not that big of a deal for me, as long as I have somewhere for me and some friends to sit. I'm okay, and then I want to have an area that I can have friends stay over occasionally. So
well, that's the other thing that I'm doing the queen bed out in the living room. I'm still going to keep a single bed in the bedroom just because sometimes my nephew likes to spend the weekend. So
I've noticed some people have been doing that with they got one bedroom, and what they do is they make the living room their bedroom because not a lot of company, and then their bedroom is their closet.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to have. Is that the living room's going to be my bedroom, and the bedroom's just going to be a workspace for whatever big project I've got going.
So
that's fine with me because nobody come visit me anyway.
Cutie,
sweet girl. Oh,
yeah,
she's so affectionate.
I remember you say you were really confused.
Ozzy is sleeping, but I totally get the love for the dog.
Oh yeah.
What's Kit's breed?
She is half Labrador, half Newfoundland.
I would have a dog.
She looks like a Labrador, but she's 18 months to 2 years at this point. She is as big as all the male Labradors I've ever seen, like the big male Labradors, and I'm hoping she doesn't get much bigger. She's
Right.
huge.
Well, I'd like to have a dog, but I feel it's unfair to have a dog in a small apartment. So unless I had some
Yeah.
place that there could be a
Yeah.
fenced-in area for them to run, I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, like
Right.
my
Yeah.
my house is so crowded that normally wouldn't be fair, but I have the belief that if you adopt a pet, it's for their lifetime. You do not
yes.
rehome your pets unless you absolutely have to.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And on top of that, both of mine were so attached to me when they're so attached to me, I don't think they would know what to do without me. Daisy has been with me pretty much since shortly after birth.
Yeah.
And around Pixie, so I don't think she would know what to do without either one of us. Luckily, we've got a really big backyard that they can run around and play in, and they love it. And my office opens directly to the backyard, so they always run around. But it's like if I have my tiny house, I would try to make sure that I did have like a yard that I could fence off, or at least make sure that the dogs couldn't run off. And then I would constantly be taking them on walks. They like walks. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's when I was living with my ex, actually breaking up with my ex, that was one of the hardest parts, was not being able to take any of the animals with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a chow chow, and
Aww.
Well, she was, my ex brought her home, even though we had already discussed that we weren't going to have dogs, only cats, because they were easier. But one day my ex comes home from work with this chow that was like 6 or 8 weeks old, and says, "We've got a dog."
I'll say thank you.
I had a cat. Yeah, I had a cat for 17 and a half years. Actually owned his mom. When we got his mom, we did not know his mom was pregnant.
Yep.
So I literally had him his entire life. But when I moved in, in 2020, when I moved in with my ex, he had a cat. And he completely stopped taking care of the litter box, completely stopped feeding the cat. I was left to do everything. And with my cat, I didn't mind cleaning the litter box. It was my cat. This was not my cat, and this cat did not like me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's your cat. Why can't you clean the damn litter box? So I was cleaning the litter box for almost 3 years, like every other day, for 3 years, and I'm just like, I don't ever want to clean their litter box. So right now, I'm a dog person. So,
but it's so much easier. I don't know. I've had dogs and cats. I've had a lot of different animals.
Mm-hmm.
Mom used to get Max to go to my aunt and stuff farm and get like frogs and turtles and stuff, bring them home. Get that animal out of my house! Ah!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was me. Always getting bugs, jars, getting crickets and stuff, and this little cram and weird grasshoppers and stuff.
The only pet, and I can't say that I don't understand why people own them, but I know people who have like tarantulas and crap. I am so severely arachnophobic that if I know that they are into bugs and they are even into reptiles, I will ask them before I go over. I'm like, if you have a tarantula, for the love of fuck, please put it up. And it's not me being like, I like, ew, like
they hairy, they weird looking.
But here's the thing,
I gotta look at.
I am arachnophobic to the point that if I see a spider, if I see any of them, I will literally have nightmares for days. And I don't know why. I know it's not logical. I know it's not rational, but I will have nightmares for days.
Yeah, that causes a trauma response in you somehow.
Right, for sure.
After Java and Jugs, which there were some pictures of spiders, you can watch the episode and see me looking off to the side. I literally had nightmares for 2 nights. And it drives me crazy, but it's wow. I try not to shove that on other people, but people I'm close to, I'm like, please don't send me spider pictures. Please don't.
Oh yeah. But you got to
Duly
realize
noted.
our beautiful
Like,
bumblebee, likes
yeah.
bugs and
Yeah, I
stuff
was
like
gonna
that.
say you'll never be watching Bree's shows.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
that's
do.
she's
I
the one
just
that sent all the pictures.
Ah,
yeah. No, they were shown on. They were looking like the huntsman spiders from Australia on the show.
mhm.
Like they were pulling up pictures, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting here
Yeah,
like, um, but it's one of those things. Like, I mean, obviously, like I'm not going to put that on someone else. I mean, that's my thing, not theirs. And yes, I do watch a pre-show all the time. I just selectively look at the screen when I know that there's nothing on there that I can't ignore. So, because like she's got that little spider like in the corner, and
yeah,
after about 2 minutes, I can kind of just look past that and not see it.
yeah,
But I mean, and I understand the utility of spiders. I understand why they're out there. They are kind of cool as long as I don't have to look at them because they scare
yeah.
me for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it's like my mom's that way with snakes too. I have no problem with snakes. I have no problems with mice. I have
Mm-mm.
no problems with most
Nope.
things. But
Oh,
my
I've
mom
had
is
several snakes.
I'm out of
yeah, my
snake. Nope. No snakes at
I
mom
all.
love snakes.
my
Yeah.
I
mom's the
Mm-mm.
love
way with snakes the
snakes.
way I am with spiders, which actually with the spider thing I've gotten a lot better over the last few years. Um but my mom was the same way. And it was to the point that my father had to sit both of my boys down and say, do not ever prank your grandma with snakes or your mom with spiders.
Yeah.
Like, to the point, like, he,
Yeah.
pardon the expression, but he basically put the fear of God into them to the point that they have never done it in 22 years. They have never tried to prank either one of us with either one of those things.
Well, yeah, they got to realize that this would not be a joke to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
and I mean,
Right.
it's not like, oh, she's scared of it. It's funny. It's like, no, like it gives me nightmares for days.
Mhm.
Don't do it, please.
I tell you, I don't like
Yeah.
any of the millipedes or centipedes. Let me get me those peepee crawlers.
Yeah, they're creepy. I don't particularly like them, but it's just whatever. Like those
I mean,
don't
I'm
bother
not
me.
scared of them, but I see them, I'd be like, ew.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with millipedes. I can't deal with centipedes.
I like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of that way. I'm just like, eh. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's cute and cuddly. It's like, okay, it's a bug. Like, I don't particularly
What's
like,
cute and cuddly?
I obviously don't like roaches, but if there's a roach in my kitchen, I have no problem killing it and cleaning it
Yeah.
up. Like, I don't like them, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I
Like,
had a
other things do.
situation with that because my daughter works in the old school, so we sometimes we have to be careful, shake everything, because they
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
come. They
Like,
can
here's
catch
the thing.
Mm-mm.
anything.
Yeah, growing up, I lived in a old pier and beam house, so like it had the pier and beam foundation, and it was built like in the 50s. There were freaking roaches everywhere, and it's just like this environment. It's like the perfect humidity, and like they were all over the
Well, yeah.
neighborhood, and they're really
Mm.
bad in pier and beam houses. Okay, fine. We move here, which has a concrete foundation. Didn't see a single roach until about 2 years ago. And now everybody's like,
They
what
can
the hell is going
hide.
Yeah.
We never saw a single one though. There hasn't been a single one around. And so now it's just like, okay, now that we're seeing them, how many are around? But we used to get casetas in the backyard, like really, like you know those
Okay.
big like locust ones.
Yep.
People call them casetas,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're like
yeah,
really
yeah.
big locust things.
Yeah.
And they freak. I mean, they're like an inch big, and they freak everybody out here because you'll be walking through, like you'll be walking or something in the summer, and some big, huge ass monster bug will fly into you and freak you out. My son's really freaked out by them. The thing is that they used to always lay eggs in the yard, so they would come back the next year. We haven't seen any in the yard for the past 2 years because I think what happens is my dogs get out there and eat them before they can
Oh
lay eggs.
wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I love my
Well,
dogs being in the backyard now.
that's one of the advantages of a cold climate. Is if it gets
Yeah.
below 0, it keeps the bugs small.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
it does drop. I think the coldest it's ever gotten here on record is like 5 or something. But that was during like the polar vortex that like fucked all of Texas. By the way, people, this is a misconception about politics in Texas. People in Texas fucking hate Ted Cruz. They just hate the other guy more, so that's why Cruz keeps getting voted in, which I think is unbelievably stupid. People here who I know who are hardcore conservatives still refer to Cruz as Cancun Cruz because when they had that polar vortex come down and like wreck everything, he ran off to fucking Cancun. And he was trying to sneak away. Somebody snapped a picture of him in the Houston airport. That is how we knew that he left.
Yeah, and then he tried to throw his daughter under the bus and say it was all because of her.
Yeah. And the funny thing is the last tweet on my Twitter account is actually me defending his daughter because like there was like his daughter tried to his daughter was apparently hospitalized for attempting suicide or something, and people were like, well, that's what you get when your dad's like that. I'm like, guys, she didn't have a choice in who her father was. Give them a fucking break because nobody wants, and I can say this as a mom who has a kid who has mental health issues.
Yeah,
that is the scariest damn thing to go through as a parent.
Yeah,
like
there's no reason to ever bring the kids into it. That's just unforgivable.
There's literally several times that I've had to sit there and I've had to talk my son down. And that's, you want to talk about, as far as being a parent, like something that's absolutely traumatic, like holy crap, I don't know how I kept it together why I did that. But I mean, I did obviously because he needed me, but it's just like, give the guy a break and don't give him crap while their family's going through this. It's his daughter. Like, I don't care I don't care who you are or what your politics look like. That kind of stuff is hard to deal with. Like, just on a parental level.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to back check a little bit, but Angie had a question, I guess for you, Lil.
Yeah.
Like, casetas different than, I can't pronounce those words.
I don't know what casetas are. I know what cicadas are. We get those, but I don't know what casetas are.
Yeah.
They're okay. So they also call them locusts. They're these big ass. Let me see what I'm finding.
I know what locusts are.
Is it not the southern version? It's just the wrong way of saying it
version,
in the South. Because that's what I always call them.
Okay, so they are the same thing.
I'll pull up a
pronunciation.
Okay.
Yeah, different. Yeah, different parts of the South for sure. Because I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, we've had the.
Here,
we're up here in the belt that gets the cicada swarms. The ones that come out once every 17 years, but then it's like everything is blanketed with them.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you'll let me share my screen real quick, I'll show a picture of them.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
We're learning together. So are they or are they not the same thing? That's the question.
Yeah, but I mean, when the cicadas came up here, you know, I was walking in the forest and the whole ground looked like somebody had gone over it, like with one of those aerator rollers. Just, you know, every 2 inches there was a hole where another one had emerged.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
I've only got one screen.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, they're like over an inch. They're gigantic. Yeah, I'm
again,
sure
the ones we got up here aren't quite that big, but
yeah, they're huge and they're a pain in the ass.
You was in Ohio before? Okay.
Yep. We had them up in. We had a few up in Indiana, but I was also in Indiana when the 17-year caseta thing comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! No.
I don't know if she's able to put it on screen.
Oh, you might have to approve it.
You just have to, click present.
Where? I'm trying to see because kind of hard for me to do a lot
of
stuff
down below
on
where
this
all
laptop.
of our pictures are, just below that, or next to Lily's picture. It should show the picture she wants to show, and if you just click on that, it should bring it up on the screen.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of hard. Oh, there you. I see it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they're like an inch or inch and a half, and they're huge, and they are very annoying. and
So is that the same
like
thing?
they're so loud, and they leave their little like they'll climb
they
out,
shed.
and their larva things are
They shed.
creepy as
Yeah,
hell.
Yep.
it's
And then
really
they just
weird,
like
and they're
leave their
loud.
husk everywhere.
Yep.
And they
Yeah,
They're
you'll
loud as
see the
hell
shells
too.
just
Mhm.
yeah, you'll see just the trunks of the trees covered in the shells that they emerged from.
Which, I mean, their shows freak the hell out of my mom.
Yeah.
They're creepy as hell to me, and it's just because they're
They
just
are.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not freaked out by stuff like very easily, but I'm just like, those are kind of creepy. My son is like terrified. He's one could say is the same way I am with spiders. Like we all have something, some weird phobia going on. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to those things this year. But like I said, luckily with my dogs, they are not in the backyard anymore. Like I can still hear them and I'll still run into some, especially in the front of the house, but they're not very active in the backyard at all anymore.
We just had them summer before last, so I'm not going to have to deal with them for some years now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was
2 years ago.
It was 2022, right?
23.
Because it happened up when I was in Indiana. So
yeah, 22 or 23. I don't remember which.
It was 22 because I left in 23 and I left in the middle of summer. And my son was up there and hated him.
Yeah, I was staying somewhere with a tin roof at that time, and it was so loud I couldn't sleep. It was rough.
I've never had a tin roof.
I love tin roofs.
It wasn't
here.
ideal.
I love tin roofs here.
I can see it raining or something.
Yeah, if you have enough insulation to keep the bulk of the noise down, but you can still hear the rain, it's really, really nice because, of course, I live in Texas. We get thunderstorms all the time, and we get those big ass monster like tornado thunderstorms, which I absolutely love. I'm the idiot you're gonna find looking out in the middle of the street, like in the middle of the street, filming the tornado as it comes right at my house and like running last second. That's me. So but my aunt and uncle have a tin roof and they didn't insulate it overly well from noise. Like it's insulated for like temperature, but for noise, oh my God, you cannot sleep in that house when it's raining. Like you cannot.
Yeah, for a couple of years in Michigan, I lived in a house trailer from the 1960s, and that's it. Just the whole thing was just a square steel box. So yeah, in a heavy rain, it's just the walls would vibrate from the impacts.
Yeah, that's the problem I have here too. Is directly outside my office. So it goes directly to the backyard, and we have a porch that has a metal awning. Awning is fantastic. I love going out there and watching the rain and all that, but it is so effing loud.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stream. I cannot be on a stream or film anything or do anything like that while it's raining because it is just so damn loud in here. The only thing I can do is like film my crafting stuff because whenever I'm doing crafting stuff, I don't have sound on because I don't need it. But, holy crap, dude.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
I wonder if we're going to have tornadoes tomorrow.
We got like another.
A few years ago, we had a tornado the day after Christmas. And it wrecked one of my friends, or it was, actually, that was like 10 years ago, but it wrecked one of my friend's apartments. Completely tore her apartment to pieces. It was over
one that wiped out my house years ago.
That's crazy.
It was aluminum house, but
yeah, I feel pretty good here. This whole building is concrete block. So,
solid
it's like a tornado might blow out the windows, but that's probably the worst that would ever happen.
Yeah, my house is brick. So
that's good. That's good.
I mean, it's one of those things that like people are like, oh no, hell no, I'm not dealing with tornadoes. It's like anywhere you move, there's going to be some sort of natural disaster. You just kind of have to pick on what you're. If you're on the
Right.
East Coast, you're going to have to deal with hurricanes. The
Right.
one thing that I could not deal with without being able to get my shit and get out, which is why there are certain parts of the West Coast I don't want to live on, is wildfires. I don't want to deal with freaking wildfires, like at least on a
Yep.
regular basis. I know every state gets them, but I don't want to
Yeah,
deal with like the
that's
California
fair.
wildfires on a regular basis. No.
I've lived in 4 different states, but I've always been on the Great Lakes, so
Yeah.
I've lived all my life with blizzards and tornadoes. That's just
But it
part
was
of my
going with the
package.
Canadian wildfires was going on for a
Yeah.
while.
Oh yeah, we were getting the smoke
There.
from those down here. It was making it
Yeah.
hard to breathe.
Yeah. The boreal forest, which is what
Well,
a lot of northern U.S. and Canada, and then basically like all around the northern part of the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
With wildfires, it basically the entire boreal forest is not more than 200 to 300 years old because it burns.
Yeah.
Like every patch of it burns like every 200 years at least. So it's super interesting because, and this is one of those like ADHD rabbit holes I went down, is that the US's way of dealing with wildfires is actually part of what is causing them to be so bad now. Because for years, for like almost 100 years, their policy was if there's a wildfire, you put it out, no questions asked, put it out. They didn't realize, especially in California, and a lot of this is the federal government because a lot of these lands are federal lands.
Yeah.
They realized like, oh shit, wait a second. This landscape is supposed to burn. We need to let it burn as long as it's not threatening people's lives and like property. Yeah. Let it burn because you don't want the fuel buildup.
Right. You want to let the fire pass through fast so it burns up all the leaf litter on the ground.
Yeah.
And the other thing
fast
that
and low
they found,
intensity.
Yeah, the other thing that they found is that there are species of pine trees
that
their pine cones won't even open up till they get to like 400 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So the pine cones will only open up when the wildfires are passing through, and that's the only way the new trees get seeds down.
It's also like that in Australia, like their eucalyptus leaves are. Someone basically put it as it's a gasoline in a tree because of all the oils and stuff in it.
Yeah,
that is meant to burn too. Like most of California, the Mediterranean areas, like Greece gets really bad wildfires. So do like basically everywhere around the Mediterranean does. But it's one of those that they finally realize, like, oh, we should not be putting all of these out, or we need to be setting fire to this ourselves when we know it's not going to get out of control, so we can control it. So
Australia ran into another interesting problem. Is that when there's a forest fire, the hawks have learned to take a burning branch and start the dry grass fields on fire to flush out all the mice.
It's like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, they learned how to do that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the hawks have learned to spread the fires to flush out the rodents.
And in the
so how do they grab the burn? That's crazy.
They just grab a burning stick or a burning piece of wood off the ground, and they fly up and they drop it over a field of grass.
And the Aboriginal have been basically using wildfire, like they use wildfire to hunt the same way too.
Yeah,
like it's just it's one of those things that is, and this is always what kind of gives me hope with the shit that's going on. As fucked up as everything in our lives is, you have to think, as humans, we have spread across the world. We have lived in every single environment this planet has to offer. We are still here. We are still doing fine. Like, we're going to be okay. We might not individually be okay, but as a whole, humanity will be okay.
I'm not entirely sure about the species surviving, but I know we can't mess it up too bad. That some animals will survive and they'll evolve into new things.
I don't think humanity's going to be. I'm pretty certain humanity is going to be kind of hard to wipe out simply because of how fucking adaptable we are. Because if you think in less than 10,000 years, we have spread everywhere from rainforest to the damn Arctic and survived for thousands of years. yeah, it's really hard in some areas. It's really hard in the desert. It's really hard in the Arctic, but people have done it. So even if
well, they got through the ice age.
like I
Yeah.
can't if there was like an apocalypse, I can't farm for shit. I have the blackest thumb in the world, I swear to God. But I can
You
knit
and me
like
both.
nobody's business.
Mhm.
I can make clothes.
Well, see, and
I
that's
can
going
make-
to
I
be
can
I'll
the
be
keep
like,
you warm.
Ma, you gotta live forever, Ma, because she has a garden. I'm gonna have to just, Ma, you can't die. You gotta give us a garden. It's a pocket.
Yeah.
You gotta stay alive. Because we need your garden.
We'll treat it like The Walking Dead. We all meet at a central location if everything falls apart, and we work together to stay alive. And then people will call us a cult, but at that point we'll be surviving. So whatever.
I have the
You know.
perfect
Math
way
Pig talks
to
about
survive
that
a zombie
island right
apocalypse.
outside of
I know,
Ireland
right? I
that
know,
we're gonna
right?
go to. That we're gonna go to get
I know the
be away
perfect
from
way to
everybody.
survive a zombie apocalypse. I have a Walmart an eighth of a
Become a
mile from me.
zombie.
Say it
I
again.
have a Walmart an eighth of a mile from me. They have guns, they have food, they have shit that I can barricade the doors with and all that. And all you have to do is wait it out for about 3 weeks because then all the zombies will be falling apart due to degradation. So
What
well,
was
I
the
figure that's
one?
another
The Bird
advantage up
Box.
here.
Where they went to Walmart and they left. Stupid.
Is it well? I've never seen zombies in the snow, so I figure up here they're only going to be a
they would
seasonal
freeze.
issue.
Yeah, they would freeze. And I mean, down
What
here,
was
it's so hot here, there's no way they're going to survive outside for more than 3 weeks before they don't have any way to move around because they are all rotting to pieces.
Well,
Like,
if they
3
get
weeks
What
is
about
very
dehydrated,
Rise of
they'll
the
nice.
fall
Machine?
apart.
Terminator.
exactly. We
Right.
laugh now.
Oh,
Well,
Ray just
no,
says, what about Rise of the Machines?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. If it happens, it happens. Like, I'm one of those people that I am very well aware of all the potential hazards that humanity faces, but we're so damn adaptable. Right now, I can't really see a scenario that would it might wipe out civilization, it might throw us back into the Stone Age, but I can't see a scenario that would completely wipe out humanity. There's going to be some of us
be
sticking
the thing,
around.
though, that like if the infrastructure comes apart, we're going to have to very quickly just form communities of people who have skills that complement each other.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to go back to
you can make clothes. We need some people who can grow food. We got mage for that.
Yeah.
And
you're also
there's people who are nurses
and then there's me.
who provide medical
and
care.
then there's me.
There's
who's just
care
there
is a big
getting
one.
on somebody's nerves.
No, even then, like, we need people to do just like daily crap around the.
Right.
I am totally. Where is our tiny house compound in Canada? Damn it!
Well,
that's where we need to go. We need a tiny house compound.
Listen, we're
in
putting
Canada.
together a big list of people who want to buy an island in Ireland. It's like
That's
we'll just
what I'm
buy the
saying.
whole thing.
Matt
It's like
Pig said we go on Ireland.
yeah, we got somebody who found one, and when we get enough people, we're just going to buy it, and we're going to go.
Sign me
That
up.
way, they can blow themselves up if they want to. We're going to be over here chilling.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Crazy.
Matt Pig actually has an island already picked out there.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, for sure.
As long as I have internet, I am
that's never had anything built on it. It's just been cows and sheep grazing there.
Yeah.
We can go and we'll make it work.
Food, we got that's food then. Food already there.
Well, the thing is
steaks galore. I'm gonna do prime
we're gonna
rib.
have to. We can't. Hold on, Kelly. We can't eat them all. we gotta breed them, some of them, so we can survive. We're gonna be out there,
Well, yeah, but
the meat
like
eaters
a
among
cow
us.
And some of y'all gonna have to breed too to populate our cult.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. We've jumped way too far. Way too far, Kelly.
I was gonna say with
let's
cows,
get there.
Cows provide
Let's just
go ahead. Cows provide a fuck ton of meat.
Oh
like a lot.
Yeah, we used to buy a cow and a pig every year, and it was enough to last like the whole year.
There's a reason why before industrialization and even afterwards, like especially so I'm trained in like modern European history, which is pretty much everything from the Renaissance up to modern day. But that's one reason why a lot of people kept pigs is because they grow really fast. You can have one pig, slaughter it just before it gets cold, and you literally have meat through the entire winter. It takes a few months to cure everything, but you can cure the whole damn thing pretty much. There's a saying that comes from like Tudor England that you can cure everything but the squeal on a pig, which is pretty much true. There's a few things you can't preserve, but most of it you can.
Now, I don't get why they call it cured, because in every instance the animal died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it's one of those things like even in a apocalypse scenario, even if you haven't done it yourself, but even the knowledge of how people used to do things is useful. Like it's very useful because yeah, you can figure it out if you know how, if you know what they did and how they did it. Even if you haven't done it yourself, you still have a leg up on people who have no idea. Like, yeah, like I know a whole bunch about how they survived in the Tudor era. So,
well, their right-handed Sith is saying they've got farming skills.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey,
you're
come
invited.
on.
But Godless brings up a good point. If we blow each other off the map and ruin,
Not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
No, because here's the thing. One, there's a reason that mutually assured destruction has worked thus far. Because
right.
I'd say thus far, granted, we have a insane guy in office. But the thing is that anybody who's remotely rational knows exactly what the consequences of doing that is, and they don't want that for their country. Two, most of our nukes are actually pretty small. They're made to wipe out like city centers at most. But even then, there's just not enough nukes to wipe everything off the planet. There's just not. And what a lot of people don't understand is they'll look at like the nuclear arsenal numbers and think like all of those thousands of rockets are ready to be launched. We might have a few hundred that are within a few minutes to a few days of being able to be launched. The rest of them are going to take longer because they're not put together. They're just sitting there.
Well, and the other thing that we've seen based on the war in the Ukraine, half of Russia's aren't going to launch.
I am not convinced that any of Russia's will, because here's the thing: maintenance on nuclear weapons is unbelievably expensive and unbelievably finicky. And with Russia and how they have done, especially in the last 30 years, I'm not convinced that they have been able to maintain their weapons to the level that they claim.
Well, they haven't.
But it's one of those.
The war with Ukraine has proven that they're not maintaining the tanks.
Yeah, but I am convinced that I'm not convinced that they have a single weapon that is ready at the moment.
Most of the money that was supposed to go for maintenance, somebody's been pocketing, and they don't know what happened to the funds.
Oh, I have an idea.
That always
imagine that.
Happens.
Yeah,
so many weapons that they didn't think anybody was going to be using probably haven't been maintained for decades.
Yeah, and
it's a fair point.
One
you
of
got
those
that problem with me.
Yeah, it's one of those. And here's the thing: Kim Jong-un has nukes. We know he does. We know he saber rattles like mad. But even he's not stupid enough to launch one because he knows if he did, his country will be wiped off the face of the planet in the next 30 minutes. Like, rational actors know what the score is and aren't going to allow it. Just because, they know shit's going to get horrific if they do. And even if, and here's the thing, even if the president orders a strike, you still have people all the way down the line. And yes, I know they're trained to do their jobs, no questions asked. But it's kind of hard to sit there and think that somebody wouldn't be like, wait a second, is this a legitimate strike or not?
Well, they had tests on those in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they found that, about 20 to 30% of the operators refused to turn their keys.
Yeah.
But he's already, well, the president already
And I
started
have a
trying to
feeling
start
that
war
would be
with
much higher
Nigeria.
now.
Yeah.
I
That's a
mean,
whole other tangent I don't want to go through right now. They want to start war with
there's a
Nigeria. That's
misconception.
stupid as shit.
There's a misconception about the thing
Excuse
in
me.
Nigeria that I've seen all over the place. It was actually requested by the Nigerian government. It was
I have nothing
requested
about
by
that.
them. Like, I get it, but it's not like, oh, holy shit, now we're at war with Nigeria. Nigeria actually requested because it was ISIS that they were bombing. So I still don't agree with it, but there's that misconception that we are now at war with Nigeria, and that's just not the case. So it
I
was
was
actually
looking at the
requested.
thought that he was trying to get some of the gold, some of the riches that they had in that
Oh,
country.
he'll probably attempt to, but this strike
Yeah.
was actually requested. So I mean, it was they requested that we help with it because there have been militants taking over, like I think it's northern part of Nigeria, and so yeah, they it was actually requested. So it's
Well,
not
they're
like
now
what's
in
going on
Trump.
in Venezuela.
They're now in Trump's pocket forever because he's going to hold this favor that he did, for them or whatever over their head, and that's where the slimy stuff's going to start happening.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
what's happening with both Ukraine and Venezuela. Is that Trump's saying that you've got to give us half of your natural resources. You've got to give us mineral rights and your oil.
Ukraine is just trying to survive. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I mean,
trying
they're
to
not.
take what he.
Yeah, and Trump has told Zelensky that we'll give you weapons, but you have to give us half of your mining rights.
And he keeps saying, like, Ukraine, you're losing. You're going to lose this. Dude, they are kicking Russia's ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hard.
With our leftovers. They are kicking their ass.
They are being incredibly inventive. They have figured out
problem is with that.
They have literally
some of the stuff with the drones.
Yeah, they have figured out how to build drones out of the cardboard shipping boxes that they order the engines in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
That's it. They order the engine and the battery pack, and they build the drone out of the box. And they have been able to take out Russian tanks with these cardboard drones.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Anybody who says Russia is winning is quite obviously just listening to
Russia's
Russian
being humiliated on the world stage.
Mm-hmm.
They need to.
That they attacked a country so much smaller than they are, and it's still going on 2 years later.
That's
Putin was sure he was going to be done with it in like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's one of the things that totally killed my marriage was he absolutely believed the Russian talking points about Ukraine.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they hate Nazis, blah, blah, blah. You're a Holocaust scholar. You should know this shit. And I'm like, dude, it's bullshit. Like, that's absolute bullshit. Like, yeah, there was a whole Asimov battalion and stuff. But you know what they did? They put them on the front lines and they're pretty much wiped out. Like, they are not there anymore.
Yep.
It's just like, holy shit, guys. Like, they're just defending themselves. Like, that is what they're doing. And the thing that I love about Ukraine and with this war, Russia has a long way to go to win this war.
Yeah.
All Ukraine has to do is keep fighting. They are defending. That is all they have to do is keep fighting.
Yeah.
Russia has to take over shit. Ukraine just has to keep fighting.
Well, and Russia has to take over shit without upsetting enough NATO countries for them to actually start launching stuff against them.
Mm-hmm.
If Russia pushes too far and France and Germany get
they've already been testing the limits on that.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He thought it was going to be easy. Like, they were all announcing they'd be in Kiev in like 3 days. Bitch, it's been 3 years and you haven't made it there yet.
Well, and, at this point, it's just Putin can't stop because he can't admit he was beat by a smaller country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely, he's suffering a sunk cost fallacy there that,
very much so.
For sure.
Yeah, he knows it's not worth it anymore, but he can't pull out without looking
let it go.
Fool.
Yeah.
And there is like there's negotiations for peace deals and stuff and Ukraine hasn't agreed to it, obviously, but Russia hasn't agreed to it either. They haven't said, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, well, and Russia can't agree to a peace deal that they can't claim that they won something. They have to they have to say that they got more territory than they started with.
Yeah.
Right. Or they look like a failure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Otherwise, they look like they got their ass kicked by somebody a fraction their size.
Yeah, which that is the fastest way to find out where, even if someone claims to be on the left, figure out exactly where they stand. Who are they supporting in that war?
Yep.
So do you think he's just gonna keep fighting? He's not gonna stop. He's just.
I don't know. I
He'll
don't
keep trying, but
Yeah,
I don't know how much
I'm
longer
just asking
he can
like
keep it up.
a
Yeah.
hypothetical more so than a
I don't
honest
see how he's
answer.
got an exit strategy.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
don't
know,
see how he can
especially-
keep it up for much longer.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they've
his-
lost
his
a
whole
million
government.
freaking people.
Yeah, his whole government, he's kept controlled by suppressing people.
Yeah,
So if there's any signs that he's weak, he knows somebody else is just waiting to take him out.
mm-hmm.
So he can't show weakness. And at
Yeah.
this point, I think that's the only way I see it ending is for somebody else managing a coup against him.
He's gonna fall out of a window.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, like they've already lost a million people. They are literally getting equipment from North fucking Korea.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if this war goes on another year. I really would. Because even China's like, to a extent, they're even kind of like, yeah, we're kind of hands off on this one. They have their own shit that they're doing.
They're out of
awful.
they're out of equipment and materials is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're running out of people. There's like 25 million
Yeah.
people total, I think. They've already lost a million. How many more people are going to be willing to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, and
Mhm.
China hasn't been looking very strong lately either. They've had some big prestige projects like their brand new aircraft carrier, and it doesn't work. So again, they're showing that they've been bragging about all these great technological developments, but when it comes to actually launching a plane, no.
You can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't field enough planes for it to make a difference if America ever sent a fleet over there.
Yeah. They saber rattle a lot and whatever. Yeah. Like, I get it's a strategy, but it's like, dude, like they're not going to do half the shit they say they are.
Well, there is the risk of them invading Taiwan.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There's been that, and they've held that. They've held that over the heads of pretty much all America and Europe for decades.
Yeah.
At this point. And so it's one of those things of, I don't think they would actually try to unless they knew for a fact that no one else was going to get involved. I don't think they would unless they knew for a fact that they could actually succeed with it and that it wouldn't have gigantic repercussions. But here's the thing that also annoys me about people who are like, oh, we need to cut off all ties with China. Our economy and their economy are so intertwined. It is going to be next. If one of them crashes, they both are.
Well,
so they're not going to detangle from us as much as they say, because the thing is, we buy too much of their shit. Yeah. Even with the tariffs, we buy too much of their shit for it to be worth it to piss Americans off too much.
Mm-hmm.
They need us. Like, as much as I hate that that's the case, like,
yeah.
But it's one of those things that with our economy being so intertwined with theirs, if we had a good economy, we don't right now, but if we did, it is absolutely something that we could use to be like, okay, we're going to make a deal on this issue, or we're going to start looking elsewhere. Whereas we actually, to a certain extent, have some of the ability to look elsewhere. They really don't. They've got one market.
Well, like you say that, we've screwed ourselves as far as the agricultural exports.
Yeah.
But, even with that, China produces so much bullshit for Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Yeah.
it that they
I
can't
mean,
even
every
sell in
one of
Europe.
these. There's
Yeah.
no American-made phones no
Mhm.
more. Motorola used
That's
to be
like
American-made, not no more.
Yeah, that's like what happened with so Texas passed a law that like restricted vapes to like a ridiculous thing. And
Sorry.
I was told by my local place I go that like we can't sell vapes anymore because of this. Come to find out what happened was it was actually the like importer that supplies like all the places in like half of North Texas was basically like we're not importing these anymore because they're too expensive from China. And they started building them here, and it took them months to get them in. So like for like 3 or 4 months, I thought that like vapes were completely illegal in Texas, and then it turned out that yeah, they finally did get them. They're more expensive than the other ones. Even they're more expensive than the other ones, even with the tariffs.
Wow.
Like it's absurd.
Well, you sound like me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
pretty good
Yeah, it's
about muting
crazy
my
though.
mic most of the time, but
Yeah, me
yeah,
too. That's why I be. Yeah.
yeah. I try
Wow.
my damnedest. Like I've said before, like I try my damnedest not to patronize Walmart and which I do pretty much only for absolute necessities I can't get anywhere else. But it's one
yeah,
of those things that it's like you kind of have to pick a necessary evil company to shop with at some
Yeah.
point.
yeah,
And so
Mhm.
what my thing is I try to put all my I'll put my resources into that one company, so I'm only supporting one as opposed to multiple companies. Like where I live, if Walmart or Lowe's doesn't have it, you are driving at least 30 minutes and probably an hour and a half to get to another store. It is worth my
yep,
time that takes because like it takes a lot out of me to go all the way to
yeah,
Dallas and stuff. But
Yeah.
it is worth it for my time, my comfort, and my money to just have shit shipped to me from Amazon. So
yeah.
it's
Mhm.
like
When I
Amazon
lived in
is the
Michigan,
pick of evil companies I will support.
yeah,
Like
I
that
get
I
you.
yeah, that I unwillingly support, but I have to. And I only go to
Yeah.
Walmart for stuff
Yeah,
that like I absolutely need right the hell now that I can't get anywhere else and
yeah.
is just
Well, when
like
I lived in Michigan, the nearest Walmart was an hour drive, so we didn't have much
mhm.
choice there.
Yeah, ours is
Minnesota's
like eighth of a mile.
Minnesota's nice. My favorite grocery store here is employee owned,
Oh nice.
and I don't have to deal with Lowe's or Home Depot because we have Menards, which is a family
Mhm.
owned
Okay. Oh.
company.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Menards. Yeah.
And yeah, I know a number of people who've worked for Menards over the years, and they treat the employees well.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, like it's just it's
Yeah.
I hate
So,
this town.
I mean, there's sometimes things I can't find here that I have to occasionally order from Amazon. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Amazon's the because like even the local grocery store here, everything they have is significantly more than Walmart. So it's just like and then
Yeah.
yeah,
the pet store is of course super expensive too. So I
Uh-huh.
will buy the dog's food at Walmart just because it's cheaper than anywhere else and I have to buy so damn much of it because Kip eats like crazy.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
that's the
go
other
through so
thing
much
that,
dog food.
Mm, big girl.
Menards is more than just what Home
Hmm.
Depot is because they also have
Yeah.
things like I can buy all the pet supplies there.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one in Indiana. I'm so jealous that we don't have one here.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
thing
They're
about like
unfortunately
the
just a regional thing in the Midwest.
Hmm.
one thing about Detroit, most of our stores, like the main ones, are in the suburbs.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like in a major city, got a few things, few mom and pop stores and
Yeah.
little fast food restaurants. But if you want to go, like, there's a Myers not too far from me,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but it's borderline. It's borderline
Yeah.
suburbs. So it's almost in the suburbs, but not quite. Other than that, no,
Yeah.
Well,
not ever
that's like
around.
I'm living in St. Cloud, which is, again, it's a city of like 30,000. So I mean,
Okay.
if you're talking like Chicago or Detroit, this is more
Mhm.
like 3 suburbs in search of a city.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
like
Chicago, you got all that stuff in Chicago.
Yeah,
And it's
but you
like
have to deal with
yeah.
Chicago traffic. It's like
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
here,
that's true.
there's really no
Yeah.
traffic for me to drive through. Everything's within
Yeah.
5 miles of my building, and I don't have to get on a highway to go anywhere.
Oh,
that's
that's
one.
good
That's
then.
It's the
it's one
play,
thing
I'm
that
telling you.
Yeah,
that's
this
one thing
is a
that
great
cracks me
place to
up.
live.
Yeah, that's one thing that cracks me up about my boys is they hate driving in Dallas.
Yeah.
I learned to drive in Dallas. I grew up driving in Dallas. It doesn't bother me. Bothers the shit out of my boys. They hate
I
it.
learned to drive on the
Yeah.
Chicago freeways, and I have always hated driving. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
I
I
don't
can
doubt it.
do it, but
Wow.
I will avoid it as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
No,
probably wild.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
I avoid the
when I was
traffic like mad.
16, I learned to drive on the Chicago expressways,
Hmm.
Okay.
and then I wound up moving up to Upper Michigan to finish high school. So then I learned my winter driving on the rural roads in Upper Michigan, which, if it snowed 2 days in a row, that road didn't get plowed for a week.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing, especially about growing up down here, that I love about my dad. That it was also, like I said, it's also been colder in the past. This was well over 20 years ago when I learned to drive. But every single time it was either a major thunderstorm or an ice storm or snow, my dad would be like, let's go. And he made me drive around until I was comfortable driving in whatever weather there was, which I will always thank my dad for.
Well, I
'Cause-
still do that. I still do that every year, because like
Mhm.
your tires wear down gradually and things like that. So
Mhm.
the handling in your vehicle changes.
Mhm.
So every year with the first heavy snow, I go out to one of these huge empty parking lots before it's plowed, and I just spin donuts for about an hour to figure out how my vehicle's handling in the snow.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty much set. I know what to expect for the winter.
The fantastic thing
Oh,
about it is
that's a good
here.
idea though.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
here, whenever it ice, because we get ice a lot more than snow, because it'll like snow overnight, sun comes up, melts everything, and then everything freezes solid for like 2 days, right? But when that happens, nobody is out. I am the only car on the road.
Yeah, well,
So that's nice about it
Yeah.
being here.
the worst stuff is when it's like right at the freezing point. So it starts as
Mhm.
freezing rain and then turns to snow. Because then you've got a sheet of glare
Oh
ice
yeah.
under all the snow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And don't try again no black ice.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah,
And
that's what
the,
happens.
the
Yeah, well,
Now
you're
tell
driving in Michigan. You know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
one of the biggest driving problems for non-natives here, and I guess just because it's so common here that we don't even recognize it, but it's like when it's really high winds because of the really big thunderstorms we get. If you're driving an SUV and you don't know how to control that thing, you're going to be all over
Yeah.
the road because it's constant winds. Like, and I mean, like high, like 60, 70 mile an hour sometimes.
Well,
that it gets
and the problem
really
I
high.
see, every year I'm seeing some of these SUVs upside down in the ditch in the snow
Mhm.
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
people don't get the idea that it doesn't matter if you have four-wheel drive, that doesn't help you brake
Mhm.
any shorter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, like when SUVs came out, like when they got really popular in the 90s, people were flipping them left and right because they didn't know how to handle them. I prefer driving an SUV. I've got a big family. Well, I say big family,
Yeah.
but like my boys are always in the car, my grandson, my mom, all that. So
Yeah, but in
we have
snow
to-
or heavy rain, you have to slow down so
Yes.
that
Yeah.
you can stop the vehicle. And too
Yeah.
many people think that these SUVs are just invulnerable to that, and they'll still
I've
go
shown
along at
several
50 miles
flip
an hour,
over.
and they'll flip them over.
I drove a
I've seen them flip over
2001.
all the time.
I drove
Yeah.
a 2001 Ford Explorer for years, and you have to know what you're doing, and if you don't, they're very easy to flip.
I mean, yeah, like with me now, it's just like driving anything else. It's second nature to me that I just because I was talking to my son about it, and this is really the only reason that I know this. Is I was talking to him about it a few weeks ago. Is I've driven SUVs for so long, I've driven here for so long that I will just kind of automatically adjust. I don't even think about it anymore. I just will. Because I mean,
you
we
will
get
because you've learned how to drive in it. I'm just saying if you don't and you get in a bad spot, that you will flip an SUV pretty easy.
Yeah, especially
I mean, you
on like
cannot go 90
super
miles an
windy
hour in
country
this
roads.
ice.
Yeah,
Okay,
people
what kind of
drive
vehicle you got?
crazy people driving. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw somebody that
way
ran
too
like a red
fast.
light right next to me the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 4 minutes left.
Yep, I've got to
Oh
jump
God,
over to
yes.
my
I
channel.
can't believe.
Thank you for hanging out, Purple. You're awesome.
I would
Yeah.
be. I will. Do you have any link for us? Send it in the. I'll join you for a minute or so.
I'll probably
It's
jump on for a few minutes.
Yeah, I will come on for a few minutes. I will. You put in the Discord or something for us? How you
Yeah.
gonna do that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna crash. I've been up entirely too long,
Okay.
but I
Well, you
appreciate
have to
it
work
again.
too.
Yeah, I'm gonna crash.
Yeah,
but
Thank
you
you
guys
for
have been
coming
awesome.
in.
No problem.
I just got both.
Where are we gonna find you though?
Ambushed Apostate on YouTube, and like I said last night, I'll repeat it in case no one has seen last night. We're in sort of a period of getting back on my feet personally before I can start making consistent content. So tune in, subscribe, bear with me for a little bit while I get my life together. And I do have some plans with Kelly specifically. We're going to do some stuff and some specific interviews and cool stuff in the background too for some of her channel stuff.
Oh,
So
thanks. I didn't know you were still here.
I'm excited,
and
I appreciate y'all. And just stick around and give me a little bit of time to get on my feet. Love y'all. Mean
Hey, take your time.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in with us.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on with you. What
Okay,
you
I
got
sure
going
got the
on?
link there.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you in a moment.
All right. Little of all trades. I do stuff on my channel on the Java and Jugs crew. I'm usually on Ember most days. And I do crafty streams with Jess from How to Roll an Asteroid, which is fun.
I wish I could be a part of that, but I have no crafty gene.
When I get my butt up there, I'm going to teach you how to do something.
My mom was a home economics teacher and stuff. She knitted and sewed and crocheted. She still does that stuff. She's not really she's binding one eye now. Like I like cooking and baking and stuff. That's my forte.
Hey, like I can cook, I can't bake for shit. My mom's the baker. I'm the chef in the family.
My mom's a baker too. Like she's a jack. She really is the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah.
For working with me and doing this. You're my new partner in crime now. Sorry.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. I'm so glad we decided to do these together. Even though the hours were a little crazy, it's been a blast. It's been great. So I've absolutely loved every second of it.
I am Kelly, and this is my channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I am on Java and Jugs as well. That's Mondays, 9 a.m. to 11. A lot of times it's on the Damn Show. And we also have a secular women's channel as well. So if you subscribe to that as well. And after this is over in a few seconds, we're going to go over the purple. You're going to have to, if you're not in, it'll be best if you're in the playlist thing, because I don't have the way to automatically stream you in there.
Yeah,
but I did post her
channel
and get to the link. I did put down her channel. You can click on that to get to the stream. Thank you for tuning in and watching the marathon and everybody else. Hope you had fun watching everybody doing this 48-hour thing.
And
And
we'll see
we
you
will
later.
see you over there at Purples.
All right. Bye.
Bye.